What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up Show. My name is BJ Matthews, aka B Jizzle. Before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe all of our YouTube videos by hitting that notification bell by the subscribe button. As well, if you'd like to donate to the Pull Up Basketball Podcast, you can do so by going through our PayPal or Cash App. Right there, as y'all can see in the ticker, PayPal is going to be at Broderick Masters, Cash App, $ BJ Matthews, where you guys can send all your love and donation to the Pull Up Basketball Podcast, the hottest show out right now on these YouTube streets. But let's get it popping. All right, man. So we got the other good hot topic for y'all right now, man. We're gonna talk about tandem that's just been formed over the the trade deadline. Not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before that, and it's Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic. Now, as you guys know, Kyrie Irving was moved to the Dallas Mavericks for Dorian Finney-Smith and Spencer Dinwiddie just a little bit less than 2 weeks ago, and it's sent shockwaves through the NBA basketball world, right? This is probably the biggest trade outside the Kevin Durant trade in the trade deadline this year. No one saw it coming. I actually called this, but for the majority, most people, had said he's going to stay in Brooklyn or he's going to go to the Lakers or this, that, and the other. But I had said out of the teams that Kyrie Irving was, being looked at, I think the Mavericks was going to be the best place for him. Not only that, I think Kyrie's the perfect guy for Luka Doncic. So I thought it was a match, a match in heaven. Now, can they both coexist? Here's what I'm going to say. Based off these two games, now, I did watch the ending of both of those games, and I seen one of the games, Luka Doncic had the ball. He shot the 3 ball and missed it. And then the second game that they played together, Kyrie Irving got the ball and turned it over. So as the plays were going in both those sequences, the one against the Timberwolves where Kyrie Irving turned the ball over, they were playing pretty much catch up, your turn, my turn, trying to figure out who's going to get the last shot. Right? So when you're watching it live, it's kind of like, oh, well, who they going to give it to? That's what, reaction goes into many people's minds. But my mind goes into like this. It goes back to, instinct and goes back to situational. Right? Again, both of these guys are prime scorers. So when you have two prime scorers on the court like that, you can't really go by saying, well, who's going to take the last shot? You have to go by the situation and what's going on. If Kyrie has the hot hand going into like he had yesterday, I'm cool with him getting the green light to score the ball. If the Luka Doncic has the hot hand, if he has it going, if he has a mismatch, I'm cool with him getting the last shot. Okay? I'm not get caught up in this whole who's going to take the last shot. I'm caught up in who's going to be the guy that night. If they both have it going on, then it's just a situation where the ball turns to. Right? It just depends. Now, this is where Jason Kidd, their head coach, is going to have to come in and actually be able to, have some type of control of the situation. Now, what I would do, this is just me, based off of what Luka Doncic does well, he's a guy who, controls the ball a lot. You know what I'm saying? So he's really a point guard. And or point forward, and then you got Kyrie Irving, who can be point guard, but he also is very cerebral as far as off ball player. Now the only thing about Kyrie Irving, he's 6'2", he's undersized. So if you put him at the 2 position, he will be undersized, like Allen Iverson was when he played the 2. But his skill set and what he brings to the table can offset that. You know what I'm saying? Luka, he doesn't really have that ability. I mean, it's weird because he's from Europe. He doesn't really have that ability, or none. He doesn't really want to play off the ball. Moving around, coming off of screens, flares, and all that. Like he doesn't really have to go through all that. And he's probably not in the best of shape to do that. But there's other ways Luka could get the ball off the ball. He can start going to the paint more in the post using that big frame. But just to make things, easier and simpler, I think they should let Luka run the point and then Kyrie Irving be the 2. And then they can kind of, fill off each other. Sometimes Kyrie Irving still might bring the ball up in transition, right? Because I think he is a better floor general than Luka. But I just think Luka, just based off of what he does and how comfortable he is, he's gonna probably want to be the point guard. But it could definitely work if they're able to go through the day to day, process of figuring each other out because they only have like I think 25 games left, so they pretty much have no choice. But that's all I gotta say about that. Leave the comments in the comment section. Until next time, pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull up. Peace. I didn't like swim well.